이거 굉장히 어떤 거 원래? 보라를 저희
약간 옛날 과자야? 할머니 과자 같은 거.
Use the emergency call button outside the car to contact staff.
We didn't know just what we were leaving, but our curious hearts had us believing we'd be okay. And what if we trip? What if we fall?